in American history.
It's a capitalist thing. So if you
Hey, if you
the
can't
wealth,
have a
what are they going to do?
conversation,
They're
I'm
not
gonna
going
go
to
on
take
someone
the
else.
poor.
If you can't, you
Okay,
believe a
New
lot of
when
fake
donation from
when
things.
you need to
Jolah.
grown up and you want
Thank
to
you
have
for
a
the
$5
conversation,
donation.
let
for
me know.
cancer research.
Have a good day.
What? Okay. Have a good day. Thank you for the donation for 5. Okay. Bye. Thank you for the $5. I hope he gets the help he needs. I don't like being rude to people like that. He has issues. He has trauma. He has something wrong with him. Okay, he literally does. But I don't know what to do because they are collapsing our country right now. Unless if we just have a mass level psychosis and brain damage from social media and we're doomed as a country and these people just like are multiplying, which is maybe a true thing that's happening. Crazy. Thank you so much for $5. Who did that? I'll add it to the overall goal. Thank you for Sprig. Thank you. Where is it? Weekly goal. I'm gonna adjust it really quick. $95 to 100. Who wants to get it to 105? We're at 100 out of 200 now. Thank you. All right, who's this guy? And the people in chat right now saying, "Let me call, let me call, let me call, let me call." It's like, dude, calm down.
Hello?
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 Hello? Hello?
Oh, hey, I got you. What's
Cool.
up, man? Just want to say hi. Very big fan of your content. I think it's great.
Oh.
Yeah. I wanted so I voted Democrat, right? I wanted to see your perspective because, like, you know, it's pretty crazy because of like what happened, what just happened, right? They just lost the elections, right? I mean, like, let's face it, like they got pretty worse. And I just want to, what would you do? I mean, I know you're not in office or you're not running for anything, but what would you do? Like, let's just say they're watching. What would you do to help them out? Because I feel like right now, I think that they're going to lose the midterms, to be honest, and it scares the shit out of me.
Well, if they lose
like,
the
what do you-
midterms, it'll be because Republicans screw the game. They want to do a weird census thing now. They want to do redistricting. They want to do a bunch of crazy shit right now. They'll probably try seizing voting machines too, when it gets down to it, which is kind of scary. So.
Because like I even trip out. I trip out about this. Like, I'm from California, and I mean, I think Gavin Newsom. I want to call him Gavin Newsom because it's already like in my head because he's so bad. I mean, I'm an AOC person. I mean, I hope that AOC, you know, I hope she really does get her chance. They actually give her a chance. But it's like, besides that, like, what else do we really have? You know what I mean?
Anyone that gets power is good to me. So if it's Newsom, I'll vote for Newsom. I'll support Newsom. My big thing with organizing is in between years it matters more. Like midterm elections and off-year elections, those matter much more than presidential elections for changing things in reality. For Democrats, getting these egotistical monsters out of the party who want to bring us down and give us more fascism, that's a key thing. It doesn't matter what their ideology is. If they supported Biden staying in the race, they are egotistical, literal monsters who are just here to make money. They're opportunists, and I probably know a few of them. So like they need to be out of the party. We need radical pragmatism. I like the way John Ossoff is looking right now. I think John Ossoff is he's more center, I think, but yeah, he could but he's running on an anti-corruption platform. So he could be someone who can bring, and he votes against a decent amount of like Israel support. So he could be a good uniting candidate. So someone like him might be able to be useful.
Yeah. And my next thing is, I think I've been wanting to ask you this question for a long time, is why do you think, because the Biden administration, they had these Epstein files way before Trump, right? So it's like, why do you think that they didn't release the files in time? Like, especially even to like win the election, because I feel like if they would have released the files, they probably could have won, right?
I don't know if that exists. Democrats could have done a lot of things. I mean, there's public stuff about Trump being weird around girls, and they did not use it on ads, right? So, like, he talked about his daughter being hot at 1 year old, about Ivanka getting breast implants, possibly, about, like, him walking in a beauty pageant with 15-year-olds. They could have done that. Democrats just don't go
Yeah.
low. So the Epstein stuff is probably a little bit ginned up. Even if there is information about Trump, they probably wouldn't release it, to be honest. They play by the rules.
Okay.
Democrats do that. They
Now,
wouldn't. They would
now,
never
do
like
you
jeopardize a real
think?
political process or like a legal process with Ghislaine Maxwell to release Epstein files for Trump. They don't care about winning that much. They care more about procedure.
I just feel like with this administration and with this, the way that they're playing it, I feel like they're playing it dirty, and I think it's time to like play. I don't know, fight fire with fire. So it's like I don't know. I feel like they should. I feel like the Democrats really should take it to that level. You know what I mean? Like
They
I
are.
think it's
They've been running on it.
yeah,
Or they've been pushing for it.
yeah. So I mean that was my thing. I think I'm hoping for some good stuff in the midterms. I just want to say I'm a big fan and I love your work and just continue to do what you do. Thanks.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Definitely feel free to join. If you're not in Discord already, definitely hop in there. We got some people. Some
I'm
people
on your
talking there
Discord.
usually, so.
I'll give you a couple of super chats. So yeah, just keep it up,
Nice.
man.
Thank you. We love you then. All right, man. Have a great night. Thank you for the call.
All right, you too.
See ya. How nice. How lovely. How lovely of him. Wow. Thank you for the call, brother. Hey.
Hey guys, it's my voicemail. Leave a message.
Bro, your voicemail is angelic. Your voicemail makes me believe in things that I never thought I'd believe in. Thank you for that voicemail. I didn't really expect to come across it, but I'm happy I did. I'm not only happy I did, I'm grateful that I have a new perspective on life, and I hope you bring that talent and do a little jingle for State Farm or another organization. Thank you for that. Well, that's probably a liberal, then I can't answer their phone call. If you want me to answer your call, give me money.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, how you? Is this the guy streaming?
Yeah, yep, yes it is.
What's going on, man? Hey, number one, shout out Pissed Off Dead. I see you in the chat. Hey, brother, I was just calling to tell you how good this spaghetti is, man. I just made some spaghetti. This shit is on fire, bro. Do you want to play? I got some extra.
I put sugar on my spaghetti.
You do?
I put it right on the spaghetti, bro. Like 5 spoonfuls right on the spaghetti. That's what I do every night.
Sugar.
Yeah, I sprinkle on it.
Yeah.
You know the sprinkle thing? Like I sprinkle spaghetti on I sprinkle sugar on my spaghetti every night.
You sprinkle spaghetti on
I
your
sprinkle
sugar.
spaghetti in my sugar too. Sometimes it depends. Sometimes it's like cereal. Do you put the cereal in or the milk first? I put the milk in cereal
Yeah.
and cereal and milk sometimes. It really depends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
Alright.
Thank you for that message, man. Have a good night.
All right, bro. You too, man. Shout out to the chat, bro.
They heard you. Appreciate it. What?
Hey, this spaghetti is busting, bro.
Yeah, I can't even lie. It's been really, really rough. Like, just thinking about how that's about it. I think I just might shit all over your face, bitch, cunt ball. Yeah, I can't even lie. It's been real.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh my God, what's up, dude?
Oh, what's up?
Am I live on the YouTubes right now?
Are you the one that was singing in your voicemail?
Definitely.
Good job.
Oh, I just called in to say fuck Trump. That's it. Fuck our he's embarrassing. That's it.
He's gay,
Thank you.
cringe, stupid. He's all the bad things.
There's, you know what, dude? I'm like edging towards 40, and the older I become,
You're
the more
edging towards
conservative.
40.
Yeah, and the older I become, the more conservative I become. But the more that I'm like, oh my God, I want to be a Republican. I can't support what the Republican Party is being as conservatives anymore. And I have a hard time even articulating that, but I'm like, hey, you know, the Democrats are like too fucking left. But I'm also like,
How are they too left?
It's you know, like I feel like I'm probably consuming a lot of the media, right? Like it's a lot of this right wing media that I eat as I get older. As a white male, I feel like it's a fact of reality. You know, the people that I'm around, the world I surround myself with. But
Liberals are right on everything, you know.
I don't know that that saying liberal is right on everything.
Name one
but I
thing
definitely
liberals are wrong
identify.
about.
Oh man.
Exactly.
No,
Exactly,
it's nothing,
dude.
right? It's like
What are they wrong
it's
about?
like
In one
I want to
topic.
be conservative about certain things, but it's not enough to identify or vote at this point in my entire career as any kind of Republican. I just feel like I'm edging more towards that, and I can't identify why. I just don't know, but I definitely vote Democrat regardless. It's like a fucking straight ballot vote. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hanging
the
to the
current
left.
Republicans, they are a fascist death cult. They want to kill America and everything we stand for. So I'm voting Democrat no matter what in every election.
I feel like Republicans, like when I was a kid, is more it like if I had to choose a Republican to like, it was a Republican in the 80s. The Republican Party nowadays I feel like it's so fucking it's whack. Like I don't know a better word to use than whack. To say that there's just so many blanket statements, right? Like an immigrant is bad, right? Well, like welcome to America, melting pot, bitch.
They hate America. They hate everything America stands for. They hate all the good things about America. They want to go back in time. They hate America. They freaking hate America. Everything good about America, they hate it. They hate freedom. They hate it. They want to be like Saudi Arabia and China.
I always wonder, right, like what Republicans are good, because there have to be bad Democrats, right? Which in turn, there have to be
a good
there
Republican.
You
Let's see,
can't
who's a
like you
good
can't
Republican?
there cannot be a blanket statement that says
All the good Republicans are Democrats now. They all shifted to Democrat. I mean, literally, even that the former lieutenant, the former lieutenant governor of Georgia just became a Democrat. I'm pretty sure. Like yeah, if you were a good Republican, you're probably a Democrat.
Do you know what it really? Yeah, right. Like you know, I feel like as a kid, I would hear more about these like. And I'm again like I'm just edging towards 40. I'm 38 this year. I feel like I would hear more about the third party, some kind of third party, and I feel like even that has been washed out as I've gotten older. We are truly a two-party system, and I feel like that's also part of what's fucked up, right? Like it's not that you have to be a different party, right? Like you're a Democrat, which means you're a progressive, but like progressive could mean so many different things.
We have primaries.
Like, well, yeah, that's wonderful, but it's still just like Republicans and Democrats, right? Like, what's the odds that somebody who's not on the Democratic ticket gets pushed into power?
Yeah, but you can vote for other people to get nominations for the parties. I just think it's a cop-out for Americans, because Americans don't want to work hard to elect politicians they like.
I think that's like a valid talking point. But the reality is that until America is like empowered, Americans, not America, but like until the standard non-traditional Democratic, non-traditional Republicanism is empowered or knows what they can do, like what's going to happen, right? Like we're just stuck with what we
Well, let's
have,
think
right?
about this. So, like, let's say you have a school board locally, and there's a school board election, and there's different candidates running. One candidate wants to raise property taxes by 4% and do after-school programs and jobs programs, and they want kids to have a daycare type of thing, and a bunch of good stuff for the community. And then there's a Republican who wants to cut taxes, and they want to kill every program for the kids. So I would look at those two different candidates and say, well, I think I'd rather a minor tax increase, and I'll vote for candidates who want to do after-school programs that would fundamentally change the youth in my town, and that youth in my town at high school would have a good education from K through 12, maybe even some preschool programs, and then that person's going to be my neighbor. The person's going to be working for the jobs in my community. They're going to be business owners. So like at the school board level, which is where your vote has the highest impact, you can directly influence change at a very, 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 very key level. But people don't vote in school board elections. The turnout for school board elections sometimes is like 5% for an area.
Yeah.
And until Americans actually vote for those elections, I don't give a shit about what they say.
I don't think I've heard anybody suggest that before, and I'm not doubting it or dethroning it. I wonder where is that information from? It's super interesting. I have 2 kids in school. I can tell you I've never went to a school board meeting. That's like a really interesting point of thought. As a parent, I'm like, oh, I just need to teach my kids. What you're suggesting is that we need to not teach our kids, but take it to the system teaching our kids.
Now imagine like if you have kids in school, let's say you're from like a decent background and you can provide for them, but they have friends and stuff who don't have good experiences with family. So like,
sure.
If someone's in a bad area and a bad condition, you have a after school program so they stay out of trouble. They can find other adult role models, whether it's coaches or teachers or other people who run the after school programs. They can find other social groups and whatever, and that actually lowers the crime rate in your area and also lessens the chance that your kid falls into a bad mix with other kids who are in worse situations. So like we never talk about that in America because Americans don't give a shit about solving problems at all. They care about hating trans people or being anti-immigrant or whatever. We are pampered in America. We don't have we don't. And I wish we had a better.
We have had our asses wiped. Yeah.
Right?
Right.
I mean, compared to other countries, I mean, America's been, and life is hard. I have to say that all the time. Life is hard for sure. But we never had a world war in our soil. After the Revolutionary War, after the Civil War, like we were pretty good. We were straight after that. In terms of our global relations, we went to fight in other countries, but America, the homeland, was never really threatened. And I think we have, we don't. I don't know. Americans are so far from fighting for things nowadays. It's all bullshit. It's all social media bullshit.
Americans are out of touch with what it's like to be a human that lives in the rest of the world.
Anywhere, yeah.
I'm surely out of touch with that. I'm not saying that I know what it's like. I'm just saying I understand what I'm out of touch with. I don't even understand what I'm out of touch with. I am familiar with the concepts that I'm out of fucking touch with. You know what I'm saying? But like I make over 6 figures. You know what I mean? So like it's hard for me sometimes to connect with that.
How much?
Over 6 figures, but it's hard for me sometimes to connect.
You gotta help me get this donation goal, man. You gotta help me get this donation. I'm trying to get a studio going. You gotta hit me up on Cash App, Jolah Politics, PayPal, Venmo. I mean, come on. I'm a poor boy. I'm a poor boy out here in the streets trying to get a fire started in the barrels.
Well, let's disconnect. Let's disconnect from the live chat, and I will or send me information. I'm sure you have my phone number at this point. Definitely, I would be happy to support the channel. I'm a huge liberal. I'm a huge 2A advocate. I'm like the weirdest fucking liberal you're gonna find.
I'm pretty pro Second Amendment. Okay, how far would you go on Second Amendment? How far would you go on regulations for guns?
Well, I shot my super safety earlier. You know what I mean? Like,
would you
and
be
I believe
okay
that I'm allowed to have that.
Would you be okay with having like background checks universally and having maybe like a license for high?
Okay, so
like if you want to have an RPG, you have a license for it.
So, okay, so you're talking about the NFA, which is like a whole different conversation. But like, I feel that any American should be able to own any firearm, specifically like centerfire, rimfire firearms that the military can own, and we already fucking can. I own an AR that shoots faster than what most military fuckers will shoot, and it's because it's stupid to shoot a gun that fast. Like,
I was reading
I
about
hate how that sounds, but like I realize it. Like I have a gun that has a super safety and it allows me to shoot faster than most,
well, like basically what would
or
happen in
as
like
fast as, right? But like the reality is that most, I guess to top it off is I also have a CPL, right? Like I'm a liberal that carries a gun anytime I leave my home, almost, unless I'm going to pick up weed from the
Well, don't
local
say that. Don't
dispensary,
say
which is also legal, right? Like,
yeah.
like I'm not an addict because that's what the ATF requires you to tell them. Like, I'm not an addict. I
They
legally
tried
use
getting Hunter
marijuana in
Biden
my
on
state.
that,
I'm
dude.
not.
Hunter Biden. They tried getting Hunter Biden on that
Well,
charge.
crack and weed are way different. Anyways, what I guess to like circle the long story is that I'm a liberal who has, I believe in the Constitution. I believe that that as Americans, we probably live in the best country in the world, right? And so we need to be able to maintain that, not to like one up any other country, but like I live in America. I fucking love being an American, and I want to be able to maintain that like love for being an American. And the way that the administration currently is going makes me kind of be embarrassed to be an American occasionally when I'm talking, especially because I work on like on a global scale, right? Like I work in web development, so I'm constantly in touch with the international community. And like to be an American is not always fucking cool. And like that's not cool, I feel like. Like
yeah,
that
the way we're
like,
fighting countries too, we're making enemies out of Europe and Canada and Mexico. We're making enemies out of our friends. We're making friends with countries like Russia and El Salvador. It's freaking insane.
oh dude, please. Yeah, right? Like get real. Anyways,
They think Ronald Reagan's a dumb liberal now. They think Reagan's a dumb liberal. Like that's what they say about Reagan because he did not want to kill immigrants. Therefore, he's too liberal for them.
It's a wild world we live in compared to, I guess dude, whatever. I grew up in the 90s and the early 2000s learning about America. Like what I learned about America is not who America is now, and I'm just not always comfortable with that. I think that's what me calling you boils down into today is like I love hearing people talk about it. Fucking hate where we're at now sometimes, and
Well, I'll tell you what. Before we get off here, like that guy called earlier, and he said like, "Why do you hate Trump?" And he's obviously, I call them Trump sexuals. They're homoerotic for Trump. They see him and get it very hard on. And I'm like, okay, well, Trump cut cancer research by 50% and Alzheimer's research by 50%. And he's like, well, cancer and Alzheimer's, that's not true. Well, people donate to that all the time. Privately. And it's like, well, when the government focuses our taxpayer dollars in that direction, it's really effective to get treatments for cancer patients and also treatments that private companies don't want to do because they are experimental. And people like I'm like for a lot of like people who are actually like Republican MAGA supporters, not like independents who voted Trump because they're a little silly and they support Trump because they're silly, like actual MAGA supporters, I cannot have a conversation with them about actual shit in America, like healthcare or the economy or taxes or regulation or anything.
dude,
It's all about if they love Trump or not.
I have talked to the poorest, and like I love the dude, but he's the poorest fucker I know. And he's a huge MAGA supporter, huge, fucking loves Donald Trump, loves it doesn't matter. It's like it doesn't matter if Donald Trump had anything to do with the policy. It's like he's sucking the Joan. And like, I'm like, well, hey, buddy, so to context it, right? He's like, my kid's sick. We got this, weird, it's not a weird, but like this very expensive operation coming up. Don't know how we're going to deal with it. Might not be able to do it. And I'm like, well, God damn it, dude. Like, why don't you get on Medicaid? Like, he's poor as shit. Like, well, we just make too much. Okay, so like, let's just look at that. And I'm like, you're sucking this dude's dick and like your kid's dying. But like, this dude has the power were you to support, universal health care. They don't have health care. They literally can't go to the doctor. Their kid's dying. And they're just like, well, this is how America should be. And I'm like, okay, Like, good for you for fucking holding your moral grounds, but goddamn, dude, your kid's dying. Like, how do you
They're stubborn. They're
justify?
stubborn pricks. They're not holding any moral ground. It's about them being stubborn kids. They can't admit when they're wrong. They're narcissists. They are rock hard heads. They are stubborn as shit.
I mean, dude, like our military industrial what I saw Neil Tyson deGrasse, love the dude, love that nerdy shit. He said something like 1/32 of our GDP goes to the healthcare complex,
Mm-hmm.
the healthcare industrial complex. You know, it's like $1 billion or $2 billion per year, or whatever. The military industrial complex is huge. It's like half of our national budget.
Yeah,
Like,
but they
what?
blame other things. And also like free community college
Dude,
would be like
I'll
really
trade
cheap.
a
Free
bomb.
healthcare would be really cheap. Like a lot of stuff would be cheap that we just don't do as a government. It's really sad.
I love a very nice healthy mix of communism with democracy and capitalism. Like all three of those things.
It's
Sign me
not
up,
that
brother.
extreme though. Like there's no reason Europe should have better healthcare than us in Canada and Australia. They should not have better healthcare than America. And we should have pride. But in America, if we had universal healthcare, we see how they treat food stamps. Americans hate each other. Americans are selfish dickheads. Like they would just say,
Dude.
well, I don't want some poor asshole having healthcare. They should have to work at Amazon for that. It's like you freaking idiot. Like you realize when AI takes all of our jobs and you don't have a job anymore, you're not gonna have healthcare because of the shitty way you treat other people because your healthcare is your damn employment.
Do you have health insurance right now?
Yeah, I've good health insurance.
Can I bother to ask you, or are you willing to share what your monthly premium is?
I pay like
First,
with my
let me say it.
with
Let
my
me say it differently.
employer. I don't really pay a premium with my employer. I pay my out of pockets and deductible.
That's wonderful.
With my plan,
right? So I just went on Cobra.
but it's still high.
You know,
like there's still higher deductibles than if you don't have a premium. It depends on what kind of plan you have, but.
Dude, it's crazy, but like, isn't that whole thing crazy? So you know what's crazy is that I pay. I have a Cobra plan for a company that is from Maryland. I live in Michigan. I pay $1,033 a month. I was just talking to a buddy that owns a company in Ohio with the almost parallel coverage for my. If I was to have worked for his company, it was nearly $500 less. Like, what are your feelings on that vis-a-vis the government? Like, what role does the government have towards, particularly considering we live in a capitalist government, not a communist government? Like, what role does the government have towards making the ability to be a healthy fucking human like affordable, or like a
Europe
thing
does it
that
well.
is touchable?
So like insurance companies, all they do, they manage costs, they negotiate costs, they take money from people, they approve certain cares, they manage pools of money between different risk groups of people, and they find a way to disperse that out. And they have a whole system for doing it. They change prices based on how many people they have, how many people get sick. It's complicated how they manage premiums and stuff, but at the end of the day, when they take money, part of the money they take goes to profits, a big part of it. If the government runs the healthcare or health insurance, if the government runs it, like in somewhere in Europe or Australia or wherever has universal healthcare, all the money that we pay into healthcare should go to healthcare. Every dollar we spend for healthcare and health insurance should go to healthcare. Right now, it goes to CEOs and corporate boards, and we can cut them out. We can cut out the profit motive. Capitalism does not work for every single market. Now, I don't give a shit about capitalism or socialism. I believe in private property rights, and I think that helps us protect freedom. I'm actually becoming more of a centrist on that because of Trump and seeing how much he can take over the government so quickly, because without private property would be in a full dictatorship right now. But like, yeah, I'm getting tired, so I'm a little bit all over the place, but
No, it's all good. I appreciate your thoughts on these things. Good food for thought.
yeah, man, I appreciate the call. Definitely feel free to hop in. We have our Discord on my page. If you want to chat with anyone, and also feel free to call in again if you have anything like very direct that you want to talk about too. Then
No, hey, can you send me your YouTube? I've completely lost where I was at in my feed. Would love to subscribe.
Yeah, for sure. I'll send it right over. Yeah, I appreciate
Can
the call,
I?
man. What was that?
Sorry, go ahead.
You go.
Cool. Anyways, appreciate your time. Have a great night.
Yeah, thank you, man. Have a good one. Peace. Guys, I'm sleepy. I might go to bed. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go to bed. I'm yawning my ass off, dude. I'm yawning my ass off. Yeah, there is another stream. I'm sorry. I did that because I'm having a bad night. Okay, I'm not doing too good tonight.